All right, and the First Alert team is here tonight, keeping an eye on things, and it has been a busy night. We've certainly seen our wind gusts above 50 miles an hour in some areas, and we've had several inches of rain. The heaviest rain, though, has been down around Broward, 10 to 12 inches of rain, and more on the way. This is going to be the weather event into the early morning hours because we have more storms and more very intense weather coming in across the Gulf Stream and heading this way. There's the wider view. There's that center of circulation approaching the Middle Keys now. It'll track off into the Gulf of Mexico. But these feeder bands, these spokes, continue to wrap around that. And there's a strong one right there that the Weather Service is suggesting may have hurricane force winds with it. Now, it won't have an impact here, but it is very close. Could work into downtown Miami and a couple more that are working through. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. This is the strongest one. A little closer here, and you can see it. And this is the one that has shown some rotation. The Doppler radar indicating that there may be some rotation, a quick tornado touchdown with this possible. There it is right there, and the heaviest weather is working now from Delray through Delray into Boynton Beach and working its way north. So times of arrival in the next 10 to 15 minutes, well, 20 to 30 minutes. It's moving very quickly up through Wellington, Loxahatchee, and even along the coastline through Boynton and then eventually Lake Worth Beach. There is a look at our current wind gusts. Come down a little bit in Boca with that line that has pushed through, but it will pop up again. And there's a look at our current, or I should say that these are the peak wind gusts during the day. So we've seen 50 to 55 mile an hour winds along the coastline of Palm Beach County, quite a bit less as you get west of 441, just simply because a little bit stronger coming in off the ocean. Here's the forecast track for Eta, and this is forecast to become a hurricane and do a pretty wild turn on Tuesday, pretty much stalling and then starting to push north as a Category 1, lifting just to the north of Tampa, although Tampa is in the error cone, and then pushing its way all the way up in toward Jacksonville after that as a tropical storm. We're back in the error cone here later in the week as it moves up to the northeast. A tropical storm warning continues for Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast through the overnight hours with tropical storm force winds possible. And we also have that flood watch in effect for the entire viewing area. We have a flood advisory and we have a flash flood warning until 11:45, I believe. Yes, 11:45 still. And that's really just Boca south into Lauderdale and Pompano, where we have seen those incredible rainfall totals of 10 to 12 inches of rain. There's the forecast amounts for the next 7 days. You can see we're going to add to these, especially along the coastline, quite a bit less back around the lake, about 2 to 3 inches of rain possible there. So the winds continue overnight, and as we get into tomorrow, there's Monday 8 p.m. You can see pushing off into the Gulf, and the strongest winds getting dragged along away from our area. The Vipercast model keeps some rain bands around, though, for Monday and into Tuesday. Kind of in this soggy weather pattern for the next few days. There will be some sunshine, but also some pretty good rain chances out there too. Steve Villanueva is looking at the latest radar, tracking any kind of severe weather that might pop up.
Well, Steve, yeah, now in addition to all of that, we had so much rain over the last 48 hours, most of it concentrated into southern Palm Beach County and especially into Broward County. Broward County got clobbered with the heavy rain over the last 2 days. In fact, into parts of Lauderdale, nearly 10 inches of rain in the last 48 hours. Obviously, with that much rain, we're dealing with some flooding issues right now into Broward County. Otherwise, a little bit farther south towards Miami Gardens, about 3 inches of rain, and right along 595, 5 inches of rain. Now into southern Palm Beach County, that's where we picked up a good amount as well over the last 48 hours. Boca and Delray picking up roughly 6 inches of rain over the weekend. So we're just going to have to continue to deal with that because more rain is offshore and feeding on in. A little bit farther north into West Palm Beach, roughly 2 inches of rain, and along the Treasure Coast, generally 1 to 2 inches of rain, but more is going to work its way onshore as we head into the next several hours. Now notice, there's the Treasure Coast right there, Vero Beach. You have a heavy cell that's about to come ashore. Now, in addition to the rain, these little cells also bringing with them gusty winds of 30 to 40 miles an hour within the rain shield themselves. And as we go farther south, this is where we're really dealing with a very heavy rain right now, generally into southern Palm Beach County, into Boynton, Delray, and into Boca. Again, that's where we've already seen 6 inches of rain, and we could pick up a few more as we head into the the next several hours, because notice offshore, we still have more in the way of moisture that will continue to feed on in, generally into Broward and into southern Palm Beach County. So a little bit of break right now from West Palm Beach through Jupiter and into Stewart, but there's the center of the storm system, and you can see the moisture continues to stretch all the way back towards the Bahamas. So we're in this for the next several hours. And in addition to all of that, we could also see an isolated tornado as well, as all of this moisture continues to work its way into South Florida as we head into the next few.